Many are called, but few are chosen, Matthew 22:14. If you found your way to this video, it's not by accident. There are no coincidences for the chosen ones. You were led here, drawn to this message, because you already know there's something different about you. You've always felt it, haven't you? A sense of responsibility, a weight on your shoulders that others don't seem to carry. You may not have always understood it, but deep down, you've known you are meant for more. This video is not for everyone. No, this is dedicated to the chosen ones, the rare souls with a divine mission on this earth. If you're not one of the chosen, you might as well turn back now. The truths revealed here will only resonate with those who have been set apart by a higher calling. For the rest, these words will fall flat. But for you, the chosen, they will be like keys, unlocking doors that were always meant to open for you. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to reveal could alter the course of your spiritual journey. These are the secrets that will help you guard your spirit and walk your path with power, wisdom, and protection. You cannot afford to neglect these truths. Your mission is too important, and the forces against you are too strong to face without preparation. Now let's begin. The importance of secrecy for the chosen ones is something that often goes unnoticed, yet it is deeply important for those who walk a higher path. As someone who is chosen, there are things about your journey that are not meant to be shared with everyone. You may already feel this in your heart without being told. People around you can sense that you are different, even if they cannot explain why. Some will feel comforted by your presence and drawn to your light, while others may feel uneasy or threatened without understanding the reason. This difference can create tension, misunderstanding, and even quiet opposition. That is why learning when to speak and when to remain silent is not a weakness, but a form of wisdom and self-protection. Secrecy does not mean lying or hiding who you are. It means being careful, thoughtful, and guided in what you share and with whom you share. Not everyone you meet is meant to walk with you on your path, and not everyone can understand the weight you carry. Some people may listen only to judge. Some may listen only to doubt, and others may listen with the intention of using your words against you later. This is why discernment is so important for the chosen ones. Discernment is the quiet inner knowing that helps you recognize who is safe and who is not. It helps you understand which conversations will build you and which will drain you. There are truths, experiences, and inner struggles that are meant to stay close to your heart, shared only with God or with a very small circle that has proven itself trustworthy over time. When you share too much too soon, especially with the wrong people, you expose yourself to unnecessary pain and confusion. Jesus himself warned about this when he said not to give what is holy to those who will not value it, and not to throw precious pearls where they will be crushed and disrespected. This teaching was not meant to make anyone feel superior, but to teach protection. As a chosen one, you carry spiritual gifts, insight, and a sense of purpose that others may not yet understand. These are like pearls, formed through pressure, pain, and growth. Not everyone is ready to see their value. Some may mock what they do not understand. Others may try to tear it down because it challenges them. Protecting what is sacred in you is not selfish. It is necessary for your growth and for the mission you are here to complete. Your spiritual insights are one of the most important things you must guard. Along your journey, you will receive understanding, awareness, and moments of clarity that feel deep and powerful. These moments may come through prayer, reflection, hardship, or quiet stillness. They may change how you see yourself, other people, and the world. Not every insight is meant to be shared right away, and some are not meant to be shared at all. When spoken too soon or to the wrong audience, these insights can be misunderstood, laughed at, or dismissed. This does not mean the insight was wrong. It simply means the listener was not ready to receive it. Throughout history, those who were chosen often carried knowledge that set them apart. Many prophets spoke carefully, sometimes using stories or symbols, and sometimes remaining silent until the right moment came. They understood that timing matters. Speaking too early can bring unnecessary resistance, and speaking without guidance can create confusion. Your insights are not for entertainment or debate. They are tools given to guide you, strengthen you, and help you stay aligned with your purpose. When you share them carelessly, they can lose their power or be twisted into something they were never meant to be. This does not mean you are meant to stay silent forever or isolate yourself completely. There will be moments when you feel a clear inner push to speak, to share, or to teach. In those moments, you will feel peace rather than anxiety. You will know the timing is right. Until then, it is okay to keep certain thoughts and experiences close to your heart. trust that what has been given to you has a purpose, and part of that purpose is learning how to protect it. Many chosen ones have felt the pain of being misunderstood after opening up too quickly. This pain is not meant to discourage you, but to teach you wisdom. You are not here to convince everyone or to prove your calling. You are here to walk your path faithfully, even when others cannot see where it leads. Another truth that chosen ones must understand is the importance of guarding their vulnerabilities. Even those who are called and guided still experience fear, doubt, sadness, and exhaustion. Being chosen does not mean being perfect or unbreakable. It means carrying a responsibility that can sometimes feel heavy. During these moments of weakness, it is natural to want comfort and understanding. However, not everyone who listens to your struggles has good intentions. Some people are drawn to vulnerability not to heal it, but to use it. When you reveal your pain to the wrong person, you give them access to your emotional and spiritual energy. There are people in this world who feed off the strength of others. They may not even realize they are doing it, but they leave you feeling drained, confused, or discouraged after interacting with them. This is why you must be careful with your heart. Not every friendly face is a safe place. Some people will smile while quietly waiting for a chance to speak against you or weaken your confidence. When they know your fears and doubts, they know where to strike. Protecting your vulnerabilities is not about building walls, but about choosing wisely where you allow yourself to be open. This does not mean you should carry everything alone. Even the strongest need support, but that support should come from a small trusted circle that has shown consistency, loyalty, and care. These are people who listen without judgment, who pray for you rather than gossip about you, and who want to see you grow rather than fail. Finding these people takes time, patience, and often prayer. Trust is built through actions, not words. The chosen ones often learn this lesson through experience, sometimes through painful disappointment, but each lesson brings greater clarity. Think about how even Jesus, in his most difficult moments, chose carefully who he shared his pain with. He did not open his heart to the crowds or explain his inner struggle to those who could not understand it. He remained focused on his mission, even when it meant carrying his sorrow quietly. This example reminds us that silence can be strength and restraint can be wisdom. You are allowed to protect your heart while still loving others. You are allowed to keep parts of yourself sacred while still serving your purpose. As you continue on your journey, remember that not everything meant for you is meant for everyone else, and that guarding your spirit is part of walking your path with power and clarity. Consider Jesus in his final hours. He didn't expose his fears and anguish to the crowd. He brought only his closest disciples with him to the Garden of Gethsemane. Even then, he understood the importance of privacy in his most vulnerable moments. Learn from this. Share your struggles with those who have or proven themselves to be worthy, but keep your inner sanctum guarded against those who would use your pain for their own gain. The chosen one are on a divine mission. The insights and vulnerabilities you carry are sacred, and they are not for everyone. As you continue your journey, remember this truth. Not all ears are ready to hear, and not all hearts are ready to understand. Protect what has been entrusted to you. Guard your spirit with the wisdom that not all things are meant to be shared openly. When you understand this, you begin to walk with more awareness and peace. You stop feeling the need to explain yourself to everyone, or to seek validation from those who cannot see your calling. You realize that being chosen does not mean being loud or visible at all times, but being aligned, protected, and intentional. Your journey is personal, deeply spiritual, and guided by something far greater than human approval. What you carry inside you has value, and value must be protected to grow and fulfill its purpose. As a chosen one, your life will often feel different from those around you. You may notice that people are naturally drawn to you without knowing why. Conversations may turn deep around you, or people may open up to you easily. This is because your energy speaks even when you do not. Your presence carries something calming, strong, and noticeable. This is a gift, but it is also something that requires care. Your energy is not unlimited. It is the fuel that supports your spiritual calling, your purpose, and your ability to help others when you are truly meant to. When you give it away without wisdom, you risk becoming tired, overwhelmed, and disconnected from yourself. There are people who will come into your life not to grow with you, but to take from you. They may constantly bring problems, negativity, complaints, and emotional weight. They may expect you to listen, fix, heal, or carry them while never offering support in return. These people are often drawn to your light, but instead of being inspired to find their own, they try to live off yours. After spending time with them, you may feel heavy, exhausted, or emotionally drained. This is not a coincidence. This is your spirit warning you that your energy is being pulled in a way that is unhealthy. It is important to understand that you are not required to give yourself to everyone. Yes, you may feel a calling to help, guide, or uplift, but even that calling comes with boundaries. Giving without limits leads to burnout, confusion, and loss of clarity. Being wise about where your energy goes is not selfish, it is necessary. When you protect your energy, you are honoring the mission you were given. If you allow yourself to be drained completely, you will not have the strength needed to walk the path set before you. One of the first steps in guarding your energy is learning to recognize when it is being drained. Pay attention to how you feel after interactions. Your body, emotions, and spirit all give signals. If you consistently feel tense, sad, irritated, or exhausted after being around someone, that is not something to ignore. Your intuition exists to guide you, not to be dismissed. When someone repeatedly leaves you feeling worse rather than better, they are not contributing to your growth, no matter how familiar or close they may seem. Another important step is learning how to say no. This can be difficult for chosen ones because your heart often wants to help everyone. You may feel guilty turning people away or setting limits, but saying no is not rejection. It is protection. It allows you to rest, to refocus, and to save your strength for where it is truly needed. You cannot pour into others when your own cup is empty. Saying no is an act of wisdom and self-respect. It allows you to continue your journey with clarity rather than resentment or exhaustion. You must also be careful about who you allow close to you. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. The people closest to you should support your growth, respect your boundaries, and understand the importance of your path. They should leave you feeling encouraged, not diminished. Even Jesus was selective. He did not give the same level of access to everyone. He had the crowds, the disciples, and then an even smaller inner circle. This teaches us that closeness is earned, not given freely. Being selective is not unkind, it is wise. Beyond energy, there is something even deeper that must be protected, and that is your presence. Your presence is the essence of who you are. It is the space you carry into rooms, conversations, and relationships. As a chosen one, your presence has impact. You may notice that when you enter a space, the mood changes. People may become quieter, more attentive, or more aware. This is not something you force. It simply happens because of who you are. Your presence carries purpose. However, not everyone can handle that presence. Some will feel uncomfortable because your light reveals things they are avoiding within themselves. Others may feel jealous or threatened, even if they do not understand why. Instead of growing, they may try to criticize, dismiss, or pull you down. This is why you must be intentional about where you go and who you spend time with. Your presence is sacred, and sacred things must be placed carefully. Protecting your presence begins with being aware of your environment. Some places are filled with negativity, anger, jealousy, or emotional chaos. As a chosen one, you are often more sensitive to these energies. While your presence can influence a space, it can also be affected by constant exposure to heavy environments can weigh you down. This is why discernment matters. You must learn when to enter a space and when to walk away. Your presence is a gift, and not everyone deserves access to it. This is not about pride or superiority. It is about honoring what has been entrusted to you. Just as you would not place something precious in a place where it could be damaged, you should not place yourself in situations or relationships that drain or disrespect you. You are not called to be everywhere or for everyone. Your purpose is specific, and your time and presence should align with that purpose. There will also be times when solitude is necessary. Solitude is not punishment, and it is not loneliness. It is restoration. As a chosen one, you will need moments away from noise, demands, and expectations. These moments allow you to reconnect with the divine, to hear clearly, and to renew your strength. In solitude, you gain clarity. You remember who you are and why you are here. This time alone is not wasted. It is essential. Jesus often withdrew from the crowds to pray and be alone. He understood that constant exposure, even to people who needed him, required balance. If he needed solitude to maintain strength and connection, then you do too. When you take time to step back, you protect your presence from being overused and undervalued. Solitude allows your spirit to breathe, heal, and prepare for what comes next. Your energy and presence are the foundation of your calling. They support your ability to love, guide, and fulfill your mission, but they must be guarded. Without protection, they can be weakened. By setting boundaries, trusting your intuition, and honoring your need for rest and solitude, you ensure that you remain strong and aligned. This is how you continue forward without losing yourself. Another powerful truth for chosen ones is the value of silence. In a world full of noise, opinions, and constant expression, silence becomes a form of strength. Silence does not mean fear or avoidance. It means control. It means wisdom. Knowing when to speak and when to remain quiet is a skill that protects your energy and your spirit. Many regrets come from words spoken too quickly or emotionally. Words carry power, and once released, they cannot be taken back. Silence creates space. It allows you to observe rather than react. It gives you time to understand situations fully instead of responding from emotion. In silence, you gain clarity. You hear not only what is being said, but what is being hidden. Silence connects you to a deeper level of awareness. It allows communication beyond words, where understanding flows without explanation. Spiritual wisdom often grows in quiet moments. When you are silent, you listen more deeply, both to others and to your inner guidance. You learn patience, you learn restraint, you learn strength. Silence gathers power. It allows you to move with intention rather than impulse. This is why many spiritual teachers spoke little. They understood that silence carries its own language. When you choose silence in moments where reaction is expected, you protect your energy. You avoid unnecessary conflict. You keep control over your spirit. Silence does not mean you have nothing to say. It means you are choosing the right time to speak. This choice gives you authority over your own life and path. Through silence, you gain wisdom, clarity, and insight into the deeper meaning behind situations that would otherwise provoke an emotional response. Silence as a shield, as a chosen one. There will be times when people will provoke you, question you, or challenge your spiritual path in ways that feel personal and uncomfortable. They may doubt you, mock you, or try to pull you into arguments meant to drain you. In these moments, silence can become your strongest shield. When you choose not to respond to negativity or intentional conflict, you protect your peace and conserve your energy. Not every challenge deserves your attention, and not every accusation needs an answer. Many battles are distractions, not assignments. Sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Silence allows you to rise above the noise and remain centered in who you are and why you are here. Think about how Jesus responded when he was accused, questioned, and mocked. There were moments when he spoke with authority, but there were also moments when he remained completely silent. He did not argue with those who refused to understand him. He did not defend himself against every false claim. So, he knew his truth did not depend on human approval. His mission was clear, and his identity was secure. As a chosen one, you are called to develop that same inner security. You do not need to explain yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Let them talk. Let them question. Your silence does not mean weakness. It means strength, self-control, and confidence in your calling. Silence helps you keep control over your spiritual energy. When you react emotionally, you give others power over you. When you stay silent, you keep that power within yourself. You remain grounded instead of being pulled into chaos. Silence creates space for wisdom to guide your next step. It allows you to see situations clearly instead of through the fog of emotion. In silence, you stay aligned with your purpose rather than being distracted by temporary conflicts. At the same time, it is important to understand that silence does not mean never speaking. There will be moments when you are clearly led to speak, to teach, to correct, or to stand up for what is right. When that moment comes, you should speak with courage and clarity. The key is knowing the difference between speaking from divine guidance and reacting from wounded emotion. Before responding to a situation, especially one that stirs strong feelings, pause. Ask yourself whether your words will bring peace or create more chaos. Ask whether your response will serve your mission or simply satisfy a momentary urge to defend yourself. Often, you will find that silence is the wiser choice. In silence, you keep your dignity, you protect your energy, you deny negativity the attention it seeks. Most importantly, you allow divine wisdom to lead rather than impulse. Silence is not empty. It is full of awareness, strength, and intention. Closely connected to silence is discretion. Discretion is the ability to know what to share and what to keep private. As a chosen one, this is essential. There are parts of your life, your spiritual growth, and your mission that are not meant to be seen or understood by everyone. This does not mean you live in fear or secrecy. It means you understand the value of what you carry. We live in a world that encourages constant sharing. Social platforms and public opinion have made many people feel pressured to reveal everything about their lives. But for chosen ones, oversharing can be harmful. Your spiritual journey is sacred. When you expose it to everyone, you invite opinions, judgment, jealousy, and interference. Some people may speak negatively out of envy. Others may unintentionally discourage you through doubt or misunderstanding. Discretion protects you from unnecessary spiritual and emotional attacks. When people know too much about your plans, struggles, or progress, they can influence your journey in ways that slow you down or cause confusion. Think of your spiritual path like a seed planted in the ground. It needs time, care, and protection to grow strong roots. If you dig it up too often to show others how it is growing, you weaken it. If you expose it to harsh conditions too early, it may not survive. In the same way, your calling needs time to develop. Until you are firmly rooted, you must be careful about who you allow to see your process. This does not mean you never share your story. There will be moments when sharing will help others and bring glory to what you have been called to do. But those moments should be guided by wisdom, not by the desire for attention or approval. Discretion is especially important when it comes to your spiritual growth. Along your journey, you will experience moments of clarity, deep understanding, and personal breakthroughs. These experiences are precious. They are meant to strengthen you and guide you forward. Not everyone is ready to hear about them. Sharing these moments with the wrong people can lead to mockery, doubt, or misunderstanding. Worse, it can open the door to spiritual opposition. Both seen and unseen forces work against progress. The more information they have about your weaknesses and plans, the easier it becomes to disrupt your growth. This is why moving quietly is often wise. Let your growth speak for itself over time. Let your actions reflect your transformation. You do not need to announce every step you take. When the time is right, the impact of your journey will be clear without explanation. Discretion also applies to relationships. As a chosen one, you will attract people who are curious about you and drawn to your light. Some of these connections will be meaningful and supportive. Others may be temporary or misaligned. Not every relationship needs to be shared publicly or explained to others. Some connections are meant to remain private because they serve a specific purpose in your life. This is especially true in romantic relationships. You may attract people who admire your light but are not aligned with your mission. Wisdom is required to know who to allow close and who to keep at a distance. Protecting your relationships from outside influence helps them grow in a healthy way. When too many voices are involved, confusion and pressure can enter. Discretion allows sacred connections to remain focused and strong without unnecessary interference. It helps you maintain peace and clarity in your personal life. Moving in silence is one of the greatest strengths you can develop. This means working toward your goals, making decisions, and growing spiritually without constantly announcing what you are doing. Silence removes distractions. It shields you from criticism and doubt. It allows you to focus fully on your purpose and your connection with the divine. When you move quietly, you are not influenced by others' expectations. You are free to grow at the pace meant for you. When the results of your work finally appear, they will speak louder than any announcement ever could. True power does not need constant explanation. It is recognized through consistency, peace, and impact. Silence and discretion form a kind of spiritual armor. In a loud and demanding world, they help you remain protected and focused. Not everything needs to be shared, and not every situation requires a response. By choosing silence and discretion, you safeguard your energy, your presence, and your mission. Another important lesson for chosen ones is learning how to master emotions. Emotions are natural and part of being human. Even those who are called experience joy, sadness, anger, love, fear, and frustration. Having emotions does not make you weak. What matters is how you respond to them. As a chosen one, you cannot allow emotions to control your actions. Your mission requires clarity, balance, and strength. Mastering emotions does not mean ignoring them or pretending they do not exist. It means understanding them. It means recognizing where they come from and why they arise. When you understand your emotions, you can respond wisely instead of reacting impulsively. Emotional mastery allows you to channel feelings in ways that support your purpose instead of distracting you from it. This is not easy. It requires self-awareness, patience, and discipline, but it is necessary. Chosen ones are often placed in challenging situations. You may face rejection, misunderstanding, or opposition. If emotions control you in those moments, you may act in ways that go against your calling. Emotional mastery keeps you steady when things become intense. This is important because you are a spiritual warrior. Like any warrior, you must remain calm and focused even in the heat of battle. When emotions take over, you lose control. Your judgment becomes clouded and your ability to make wise decisions diminishes. When emotions rise too high, clarity fades, and you may act in ways that do not reflect who you truly are or what you are called to do. The enemy, whether spiritual or physical, thrives in chaos. Chaos creates confusion, and confusion weakens discernment. When you are ruled by emotions instead of awareness, you become easier to distract, easier to manipulate, and easier to pull off your path. This is why learning to manage emotions is not optional for a chosen one. It is a necessity. Without emotional control, even the strongest calling can be delayed or damaged. Think about the story of Moses. He was chosen, guided, and trusted by God to lead his people out of Egypt. He witnessed miracles and walked closely with the divine, yet even Moses struggled with emotion. In a moment of frustration and anger, he struck the rock instead of speaking to it as God had instructed. That single emotional reaction had serious consequences. It cost him the chance to enter the promised land. This story teaches a powerful lesson. Even those who are deeply chosen and divinely guided can suffer loss when emotions are allowed to take control. Being chosen does not make you immune to emotional mistakes. It means you must be even more aware of them. Mastering your emotions begins with self-awareness. You must learn to notice what is happening inside you before it takes over. When you feel anger rising, sadness growing heavier, or anxiety creeping in, pause. Do not rush to act or speak. Instead, ask yourself why this emotion is appearing, what triggered it, what is it connected to. Often emotions are not just about the moment you are in. They are tied to deeper fears, past wounds, unresolved pain, or unmet expectations. When you understand the root, you gain power over the emotion instead of being controlled by it. The next step is emotional regulation. This means learning how to manage emotions in a healthy way. It is the difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is automatic and often regretful. Responding is intentional and thoughtful. When a strong emotion appears, give yourself space. Take a deep breath. Slow your thoughts. Ask yourself what the wisest response would be. This pause may seem small, but it can change everything. It can prevent words you cannot take back and actions you may later regret. Emotional mastery does not mean pretending emotions do not exist. Suppressing emotions can be dangerous. When emotions are ignored or pushed down, they do not disappear. They build up over time and eventually explode in unhealthy ways. Instead, acknowledge what you feel without letting it control you. You can feel anger without acting in anger. You can feel sadness without losing hope. You are not your emotions. You experience them, but you are meant to lead them, not follow them. Your emotions can also become a source of strength when used correctly. Anger, when directed wisely, can push you to stand against injustice and create positive change. Sorrow can deepen your compassion and help you comfort others who are hurting. Joy can become a light that lifts those around you. The key is intention. Ask yourself how this emotion can be transformed into something useful rather than destructive. When you channel emotions with purpose, they support your mission instead of blocking it. Another essential lesson for chosen ones is maintaining balance. Balance is what keeps you steady in a world full of pressure, noise, and responsibility. Without balance, even the most spiritually strong person can fall. Balance helps you stay grounded between the spiritual and physical parts of life. You are not meant to live only in the spiritual realm, nor are you meant to be consumed by worldly demands. Both exist, and both require attention. Life pulls you in many directions. Work, family, responsibilities, and spiritual growth all compete for your time and energy. Without balance, you may feel overwhelmed, exhausted, or disconnected from your purpose. To maintain balance, your spiritual life must come first. Your connection to the divine is the foundation of everything else. Without it, direction is lost. No matter how busy life becomes, make space each day for prayer, reflection, meditation, or quiet stillness. This daily connection recenters you and gives you strength. Self-care is also part of balance. Caring for your body, mind, and emotions is not selfish. It is necessary. Your physical health affects your spiritual clarity. Rest, proper nourishment, movement, and peace all matter. Your mind also needs protection. Avoid environments and conversations that constantly drain or disturb you. Choose activities that bring calm and joy. Balance means caring for your whole self, not just one part. Learning to say no is another important part of balance. As a chosen one, people will often seek you out. They may want advice, help, or emotional support. While helping others is part of your calling, you are not meant to carry everyone's burdens. You are not responsible for fixing every problem. Overextending yourself leads to burnout. Saying no is not rejection. It is wisdom. It allows you to continue your mission without losing yourself. A balanced mindset is also essential. Avoid extremes in thinking, behavior, or belief. Extremes create instability. Stay grounded. Seek wisdom that is both spiritual and practical. Remember that you are living in two worlds at once. Ignoring either one creates imbalance. When you honor both, you walk with clarity and strength. Balance is especially important in relationships. The people around you can either support your growth or weaken it. Choose relationships that encourage your purpose and respect your boundaries. At the same time, balance does not mean abandoning those who are struggling. It means knowing how much to give and when to step back. You are meant to be a light, not a sacrifice that burns itself out. Balance also means finding the right rhythm between solitude and connection. Solitude is where your spirit renews. It is in quiet moments that guidance becomes clear. But connection is also important. You are here to interact, inspire, and uplift. Isolation weakens purpose just as overexposure does. Find a rhythm that allows you to recharge while still engaging with the world in meaningful ways. Mastering emotions and maintaining balance are not optional skills. They are essential for survival and growth on a chosen path. Emotional control keeps you steady. Balance keeps you aligned. Together, they allow you to move forward with wisdom and grace. Protecting your spirit is another critical responsibility. As a chosen one, your sensitivity is heightened. You feel energies others may ignore. You sense shifts in people, places, and situations. This sensitivity is a gift, but it also requires protection. Negative energies and spiritual attacks are real. They can appear as sudden fear, confusion, doubt, exhaustion, or even physical discomfort. This is why spiritual protection matters deeply. Your strongest protection is your connection with the divine. When you stay connected, you are covered. This connection provides guidance, peace, and protection. Daily prayer, meditation, and reading sacred words strengthen this bond. When your spirit is grounded, negativity has less power over you. Spiritual tools can also help. Prayer, affirmations, protective symbols, and calling on divine help are all forms of protection. The Lord's Prayer is a powerful shield. Speaking words of protection over yourself matters. Declare that you are surrounded by light and that harm has no authority over you. Regular spiritual cleansing is also important. Just as your body needs cleaning, so does your spirit. Stressful situations, toxic people, and heavy environments can leave residue. Cleansing rituals, visualization, or quiet reflection help release what does not belong to you and restore peace. It is also important to recognize the signs of spiritual attack. Not every challenge is an attack, but patterns of fear, confusion, disconnection, heaviness, or constant negativity can be signs. When these appear, do not panic. Understand that this is an attempt to pull you off your path. It's in these moments that spiritual protection becomes even more important. Pray for guidance, ask for divine assistance, and surround yourself with protective energy. Do not give in to fear, for fear is the enemy's most effective tool. Instead, stand firm in your faith and your connection to the divine. When things suddenly feel heavy, confusing, or overwhelming, it is not random. These moments often come when you are growing, when you are close to a breakthrough, or when you are walking more firmly in your calling. The resistance you feel is meant to distract you, to weaken your focus, and to make you doubt yourself. This is why fear tries to take center stage. Fear clouds your mind and pulls you away from trust. But you must remember who you are and where your strength comes from. When fear appears, it is a sign to lean deeper into faith, not to retreat from it. Standing firm does not mean pretending everything is fine. It means choosing trust even when things feel uncertain. It means reminding yourself that you are not walking alone. When you pray, you are not speaking into emptiness. You are aligning yourself with a power that sees beyond what you can see. Ask for guidance openly. Ask for protection honestly. Ask for clarity patiently. Surround yourself with thoughts, actions, and people that uplift your spirit instead of feeding your worries. Protection is not only spiritual, it is also emotional and mental. Guard what you allow into your mind and heart during difficult moments. The final truth, the foundation that supports everything else, is maintaining an unshakable connection to the divine. Without this connection, all other efforts weaken over time. This connection is your lifeline. It is where your wisdom flows from. It is where your peace is restored. It is where your strength is renewed. As a chosen one, this connection is not optional. It is essential. When you are connected, you move with confidence even when the path is unclear. When you are disconnected, even small challenges feel overwhelming. Strengthening this connection begins with daily time set aside for the divine. Whether you call it prayer, meditation, reflection, or quiet time, it must be intentional. This time is sacred. It is where alignment happens. It is where you release what you are carrying and receive what you need. During these moments, you may receive guidance, insight, or simply a sense of peace. All of it matters. Many chosen ones struggle here because life feels busy and demanding. Responsibilities pile up. Distractions pull attention in every direction. But neglecting this connection is one of the greatest dangers. When the connection weakens, confusion grows. Purpose becomes blurry. Protection feels distant. Even Jesus made time to withdraw and pray, even when people needed him. He understood that his strength came from his connection to the Father. If he needed that renewal, then so do you. Prioritizing this connection above everything else does not mean abandoning your responsibilities. It means approaching them from a place of strength rather than exhaustion. When your spirit is filled, everything else flows more smoothly. Another important part of this connection is learning how to listen. Many people speak constantly in prayer, but never pause to hear what is being offered in return. The divine does not only speak through words. Guidance often comes through intuition, quiet nudges, repeated thoughts, signs, or even situations that unfold in unexpected ways. To hear clearly, stillness is required. This means quieting external noise and calming inner chatter. When you slow down, you begin to recognize that gentle inner voice guiding you. That voice has always been there, but it becomes clearer when you are willing to listen. Listening also requires trust. Sometimes the guidance you receive may not match what you expect. It may challenge your comfort zone or push you in a direction that feels unfamiliar. But guidance is not meant to always feel easy. It is meant to lead you where you need to grow. When you listen with an open heart, you realize that many answers were already within you, waiting to be acknowledged. Maintaining a strong connection also requires surrender. Surrender does not mean giving up or losing control. It means releasing the illusion that you are meant to control everything. It means trusting that there is a higher plan at work, even when you cannot see how the pieces fit together. As a chosen one, your path may not make sense to others. At times, it may not even make sense to you. But every delay, challenge, and lesson serves a purpose. Surrender means letting go of constant worry. It means placing your fears, doubts, and questions into the hands of the divine. When you surrender, you make space for guidance and miracles. You begin to see that even difficult moments are shaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you for what lies ahead. This is not blind faith. It is deep spiritual wisdom. It is understanding that the plan unfolding is greater than your limited perspective. Faith is the core of this connection. Faith is what carries you when answers are delayed. Faith is what steadies you when circumstances shake you. Faith does not mean you never doubt. It means you choose to move forward even when doubt appears. As a chosen one, your faith will be tested. There will be moments of loneliness, moments of exhaustion, moments where you wonder if your efforts matter. In those moments, remember that being chosen does not mean being spared from hardship. It means being supported through it. The divine does not abandon those who are chosen. Even when you feel distant, guidance is still present. Even when you cannot see the next step, you are still being led. Faith reminds you that every step, even the painful ones, is part of a larger journey. When you hold on to faith, your connection remains strong, and that connection becomes your anchor in every storm. The journey you are walking is sacred, but it is not without challenges. That is why spiritual protection and a strong divine connection are so important. They allow you to move forward with confidence instead of fear, with wisdom instead of confusion, and with strength instead of exhaustion. Never neglect this connection. It is the source of your clarity, your peace, and your power. Guard your heart. Protect your spirit. Trust that nothing in your life is random. Every step you take is guided, even when it feels uncertain. With these truths, you are equipped to continue walking the path of the chosen with courage and quiet authority. You are not alone. Forces greater than you are supporting you, guiding you, and protecting you. Trust in that truth. Know that your presence here has meaning far beyond what you can currently see. Thank you for walking this journey with me. Stay protected, stay connected, and above all, stay faithful. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and let's continue to build a community of like-minded souls dedicated to spiritual growth and personal development. Stay blessed and continue shining your light. Until next time, thank you for being a part of Spirit Guide.